We've seen how to name elements, and we've talked about the atomic number. Now let us talk about how we classify the elements on the periodic table. And they can be broadly classified as metals, nonmetals, and metalloids. So anything that you see to the left of the periodic table, with the exception of hydrogen here, is a metal. Anything that you see to the right of the periodic table, including hydrogen, is a nonmetal. And the metalloids are here along the zigzag line right in between. And of course, they each have properties which allow them to be bulked together in such broad classification. Now let's do an example to classify each element as a metal, nonmetal, or metalloid. When we have Ba, this should help you practice also your naming. Ba is for barium, and barium is on the left side of the periodic table, so it is a metal. Iodine, I is for iodine, not iron. Be careful with that as well. It is on the right side of the periodic table, so it's a nonmetal. Oxygen is also on the right side of the periodic table, so it's going to be a nonmetal. Tellurium is sitting on the zigzag line, so it's going to be a metalloid. Okay, go ahead and try this on your own and replay the video to see if you got the correct answers. We're classifying each element as a metal, nonmetal, or a metalloid. For sulfur, it is on the right side of the periodic table, so it's going to be a nonmetal. Chlorine is also on the right side of the periodic table, so it is a nonmetal. Titanium is on the left side of the periodic table, and it is a metal. And Sb, or antimony, is sitting on the zigzag line, so it is a metalloid. We can also classify the periodic table by each column, and we call that a family or a group. And the reason why they're called that is because they share similar properties. So any of the given elements in a column will have very similar properties. So for example, the alkali metals here will be in group 1A, and they're all very, very reactive. The alkaline earth metals are group 2A, and they're also very they're reactive, but not as much as the alkali or the 1A group. We have our halogens, and which are very reactive as well, and our noble gases, which are inert. And we usually also have, these are the four common names for the frankly, the ones that we use the most in chemistry, the four columns that we use the most. If it doesn't have a common name, like the noble gases, halogens, it has a group number, and you can see it's named as 1, 2, and then we skip the transition metals, and we go here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8A. So if it doesn't have a common name, just tell me its group number. Let's do an example, and let's classify or state to which group or family of elements does each element belong. So we have Mg, which is magnesium. We find that it's in group 2A, so that belongs to the alkaline earth metals. N is nitrogen. It's in group 5A, so it doesn't have a common name, so we'll just call it 5A. K is potassium, and potassium is in group 1A. It has a common name of alkali metal. We have Br, which is bromine. It's in group 7A and is also known as a halogen. Go ahead and try this on your own. And again, we want to see to which group or family of elements does each element belong. Lithium is found in group 1A, so we have a common name for that as the alkali metals. B is for boron, and boron is in group 3A. There is no common name for that group, so we'll just leave it at 3A. I is for iodine, not iron. It isn't found in group 7A, and that's also known as a halogen. Ar is argon. Argon is in group 8A, and that's also known as a noble gas.